ask you a question. I see a lot of things that's going on the internet, and I want to ask your opinion. Do you think this podcast world that we in, do you think it's the gossip section? How you feel about that?
The gossip section of the world, you mean?
No, the podcast, being that the podcast world is being called like the gossip section.
What you mean, just of the podcast section of what? Society?
No, all right, I'm going to just say black people, us niggas, are in the podcast world. Like, other rappers or whatever the case may be, just people that was in the streets. But they saying like it's turning into like a gossip section.
It's gossip from the beginning. It was the whole podcast shit is gossip. It don't matter if it's black, it don't matter if it's Italian. Unless you're talking, it don't matter what it is, it's gossip. The whole shit is gossip. It's about what you gossiping about. If it's something positive, something negative, and then it's what you really consider gossiping. Some people, like, for instance, okay, let me change that, rephrase that rather. It's a lot of gossip, but then it's also stuff to get information out there as well. It's all how you word the word gossip. But a lot of people are seeing that they could get money from it, and they're leveraging that to just say whatever they can say. I see podcasters talk about, not us, I'm just saying people, certain podcasters, they talk about 4 niggas, the same 4 niggas, and it's like a circle, and they just keep talking about the same 4, 5, 6 niggas, and it's redundant. Whatever that person is doing, they talk about what they did this week. So they do something next week, they talk about what that person did the next week. And they making a living off of talking about the same 4, 5, 6 people. And if they could do that, then they could do that. But at the end of the day, they figured out a way to get to the money because that's working for them. I'd always used to sit there before I used to podcast and do sports and do this show with you and anything else that I'm doing in this realm and be like, yo, why is this nigga just keep talking about this nigga all day? Like, I'm talking about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And I didn't understand it because I didn't really care about doing a podcast or having a sports show or anything at this time. This is before I had a show. And I'd be like, these niggas just be in the house talking about niggas all day. But then I found out that they're making money talking about niggas. And if you could sit in your house and talk about niggas, just niggas' opinion, my personal opinion, and then don't even live around where niggas live at, you could be in Canada talking shit about nigga, and then you ain't gonna see him or bump into him, and then you get a check every month from YouTube or whatever else you're getting a check from. It's easy come up for them. They ain't gotta get up and go to work. They ain't gotta get up and listen to a boss tell them some shit that they think they don't have to do. They don't have to go to work in 5-degree weather. I get up and talk about these few niggas and catch a check for 4, 5, 6,000 a month, cover their bills, have a few extra dollars. I don't know. These are all numbers I'm making up. But if they could cover their bills, have money every month, and then even put money away, that's how they live it.